certainly this is the start of a new season of ACC basketball, and it's great to have you with us here on the CW. Bill Covington Jr. flips it up. Norchad Omier wins the tip. Nijel Pack begins this first possession for Miami. This is Wooga Poplar. He has ascended considerably in his role, in his production. Shot clock under 10, and Omier traveled. Good defensive possession there for Notre Dame.
Kevin Jai being disciplined, understanding Omier, especially from 15 out, will try that rip through and try and attack the rim. Moved well laterally. I think Omier believed he had beat him, but the consistency defensively with position generates the turnover.
Fair to say these two teams have different ideas in terms of the pace they want to play today?
Yeah, right now just different skill sets. More talent on Miami's side. Miami likes to play fast. They want to track meet, but can operate in the half court. Meanwhile, Irish want to dictate tempo. Limited in their margin for error. Incredibly slim.
Shot clock under 5 as Burton fires, and it's in and out, but on the offensive glass, Davis keeps the possession alive.
That's where Tae Davis could really have an impact for this group as a slasher, defender, and generating second chance opportunities as the shot slowly starts to come.
To the corner, Konieczny connects. Three-0 Irish, courtesy of J.R. Konieczny. Way by, eventually Joseph took a shot to the face, no whistle. Norchad Omier expanding his game. That's his 5th three of the season.
And that was by design in the offseason. Coach L said, I want you hunting that three when it presents itself. Kevin Jai has to have an awareness of guarding out there because clearly Omier proving it dangerous.
6 career threes for Omier before this season. That's his 5th of the short campaign as the Irish turn it over on their second possession, but back on the first possession, they got a couple chances and the South Bend native delivered.
And Konieczny, a beautiful story in talking with Coach Shrewsbury before the game. He said, JR said to me, Coach, I just appreciate you believing in me. And the belief leads to moments like that. Here, don't want to see 2 moments like that if you're an Irish fan. Marcus Burton kind of forcing the issue on the baseline, going airborne with that one.
Here's Wooga, mid-range money.
It is the best mid-range jump shot. To heck with anybody who says Cornette's going hyperbole this early. He's got the best pull-up jumper in all of college basketball. It's so much fun to watch the repetition pay off for an incredible talent like Wooga Poplar.
Larinaga compares him to Rip Hamilton, and you can see that when you watch him play. Just so steady, so consistent. Again, the shot clock under 10. Good ball movement. Davis straight away. Rebound deflected to Kevin Jai. And Keva's putback won't go. Third chance, Davis scores.
What the Irish will do for 40 minutes under Coach Micah Shrewsbury, they will compete. They are winning the 50-50s early on, giving their offense, one that gets stuck in third gear, a chance here early.
Good quick hands. Jai knocks it away. Julian Roper II gets it back to Burton, and now Konieczny. Jim Larinaga was frustrated on Tuesday that on the Kentucky Wildcats' first possession of the game, multiple offensive rebounds led to a second chance three. Kind of similar story so far today. Larinaga's had to watch right in front of him. Again, the shot clock winding down. Burton creates to the corner. Konieczny again!
Burton, a cool customer with the shot clock winding down. A couple probing dribbles, sucked that defense like a vacuum, kick out to Konieczny, who was feeling it here in South Florida.
The early recipe for an upset, get some stops, hit some threes.
And get some confidence. All those things lead to that early on, a belief you belong against one of the nation's top teams.
No good for Nijel Pack. Konieczny feeling it. Rebounded by Pack. Nijel scored only 2 points on Tuesday. Sets up Omier again. Short this time. Davis another rebound. Tae Davis, coast to coast, up and under, draws the foul. And that'll take us to our first timeout. 4 minutes in. Strong start for Notre Dame.
I'll tell you, Evan, it's always a pretty scene when you're in South Florida. Pretty people, sun shining. But sometimes it's the grit that prevails. Irish working on the backboard. Davis, +2, earning it early.
Now the head coach at Temple. It's a tight connection between these two coaching staffs.
And a great deal of respect between the two. The sentiment echoed by both here pregame. You love to see that. Also, Coach Shrewsbury looking pretty good in the suit. Maybe we try to add that back to the sideline. No, he's comfortable and cool in the pullover like most coaches nowadays. Kind of relaxed outfits.
No truth to the rumor that CW stands for casual wear, but we're feeling good in our CW sports polos here courtside.
I'm comfortable, man. Are you kidding me? A noon tip, early start with some basketball and a collared shirt next to you, Evan. Life is good. Count the blessings.
And a good start for the Irish in the opening 4 minutes. They lead 10-5. They got off to a good start in Columbia on Tuesday as well. Led 8-0 against the Gamecocks. Lamont Paris' team was the tougher team down the stretch.
Just made plays offensively with the Irish, a couple turnovers, a couple missed looks, but defensively right now, the Irish have been properly placed defensively, and it's frustrating this Miami team. Miami wants to gain more of a rhythm, speed this game up a little bit. Irish in firm control, dictating tempo.
What do you make of these Miami miscues? They've taken 4 field goal attempts. They've turned it over 3 times.
A noon tip, Evan, it is paramount that you come out ready to compete right away. I do not see that from Miami in the first 5 minutes.
Roper, tough move, can't finish. Loose ball finds Bensley Joseph. Sets up Nijel Pack. Three's not falling early. Pack.
Evan, that happened right in front of us. Nijel Pack kind of struggled to collect the basketball before offering up the deep three, and I think that inability to get his hands on it led to the miss.
Away from the ball. Bill Covington Jr. has the foul against Burton. It's his first.
Big emphasis from the Irish is their ability to screen a body to give their teammates an opportunity on a catch to make a play. Burton a little bit overzealous, trying to carve out that real estate and set that screen. Right call from an elite officiating crew.
Yep. Just the second foul call of the game. Poplar picked up the first right before the timeout that led to the Davis free throws. Nijel trying to create off the dribble. Poplar back outside. 7 to shoot. Miami 2 for 5 early. Matthew Cleveland's first look. It's good.
Cerebral move from Cleveland on the catch. Off the drive from Pack, gets the defense in rotations. Cleveland able to attack a closeout.
One of the 11 intra-conference transfers from the ACC last year to this year. Strange dynamic. Not see him in Seminole colors. Nice move by Tae Davis going baseline. He's got 6.
That's when Davis is at his best. Being a cutter or attacking the rim, playing downhill. Playing to your strengths. For an Irish team that's not as talented as Miami, you neutralize the game if everybody plays their role and stays within what they do.
Poplar puts it in for 3. And a steal. Joseph to the slashing Cleveland, and a foul on Notre Dame's Julian Roper.
Unforced errors from the Irish. Can't have that against this talented Miami team. But take a look. Pack draws 3 defenders, gets the Irish in rotation. Burton on the closeout. Easy money for Matthew Cleveland. Cleveland rocks. Here on the other side, Wooga Poplar. Popular for a reason, because the dude doesn't miss. Efficient from beyond the arc because he takes good ones. Shoot better than 50%.
Felt like he had an off night on Tuesday and he finished 7 for 13.
You know, for him it was, there were moments in that game where he was playing so fast, so amped up to be in Rupp Arena on that stage versus Kentucky. And it really showed in talking with Coach L about the free throws. Typically he's automatic there as well. Missed some because he was so sped up, running off adrenaline.
New free throws for Cleveland. We're tied at 12, and another unforced turnover. Burton's giveaway leads to the Cleveland stuff.
Irish have controlled the first 7 minutes of this game. 2 unforgivable turnovers, and Miami has made them pay. They've got some juice, they've got some life, and they've got those runouts. 7
straight points for the Canes to take the lead. Konieczny goes off the bounce this time, missed the layup, and a late whistle from Ted Valentine, gonna go against Matt Cleveland.
Marcus Burton here, that's just an unforced error, and Matthew Cleveland there to take it away and punctuate with the two-hand jelly on the other end. Davis did a good job of just laying up. You don't want to foul there and compound the mistake. That's what Cleveland does. He's long, he's athletic, and he can take that thing in charge on his own.
Let me ask you this. At one point in your life, you were a freshman playing big-time college basketball. I don't believe you had the responsibility on your shoulders that Marcus Burton does.
Just say I wasn't as talented. You
no,
can say it that way too, Evan. It's accurate. I mean, I wasn't nearly as good. So yes, I didn't have that responsibility. But I did have those type of mistakes, which are careless ones. And you got to be better with the basketball, because here's the deal. The Irish are not as good as Miami. I've said that several times here early on, which means their margin for error is so very slim. Moments like that can't happen, or Miami will take control, and Miami will run away with this moment.
Would you talk to yourself after a mistake, try to pump yourself up? How would that work?
I'd be sitting there on the bench and Coach Bray saying, hey, your time's done here for a little bit. Sit and think about it. Maybe we'll put you back in the game.
Well, Coach Shrewsbury doesn't have that depth. Bensley Joseph with a rainbow triple. Miami's now 3 for 5 from deep. Canes have made their last 4 field goal attempts. Logan Himes into the game. Braden Shrewsbury as well, coach's oldest son. Burton back to work. Marcus Burton to the corner, couple teammates there. Konieczny takes charge, comes up short.
Miami's starting to speed up and play fast, and this is what they want.
All the way to the basket. Christian Watson doesn't get it to go, though, and here comes Burton the other way. Rise and fire. Not there.
I talked about being sped up. You are seeing it. It is right in front of you with Marcus Burton. He is playing entirely too fast to his detriment.
Nijel Pack still can't find the range. He's 0 for 3. Let's have a pair of assists, though.
Irish want to pull back the reins, control tempo a little bit more. For them to control that, they have to score the ball, so this Miami team can't take it off the glass or turn you over and run.
A hesitation move. Shrewsbury kicks it. Extra pass for Himes. And a good block out from Omier. The foul going against Kebajai.
The Hurricanes loaded with talent. So much offensive weaponry. Bensley Joseph, sublime from
run in the game's first 8 minutes this afternoon. Miami fans glad to see their Canes back home after the stumble in Lexington, Kentucky on Tuesday. We were talking about it with Jim Larrañaga, and you said aptly it was a really competitive first half. I mean, Miami made a run, put a scare into Coach Cal's team. In the second half, Kentucky just got real hot.
Yeah, like all great coaches, one, they are quick to correct a former player, and Coach L said, I didn't even really like the first half. I thought there was things that were uncharacteristic of what we did. Yes, it was competitive, but we weren't physical enough. There were some fouls that took us out of what we do, and we could have been better. They're starting to gain that rhythm here. A little bit later than Coach L would desire, but starting to look like the Canes again in this last stretch.
Michael Nwoko, his first shot right off the bench, does not convert. Himes will run the offense here for Notre Dame. Gary Booth on the floor for the first time. 6'10", big man from Colorado. Inside. Rebound deflected, and it will be Miami ball. Marcus Burton so far today, 0 for 2. Does have 2 assists, 1 turnover.
He struggled with those slow starts, plagued him in game versus South Carolina as well. Look, his usage is as high as any in the ACC, so he's everything to the Irish. They're going to look to get him activated. They're going to need his productivity offensively. It's this high-powered unit that the Canes provide.
Joseph, cross-lane feed. Nwoko can't connect.
Konieczny did a good job of walling off, staying vertical on the offering from Nwoko.
Shrewsbury contested 3 goes.
Nobody is in the gym and works harder than Braden Shrewsbury. No surprise, he is the son of Molly and Micah Shrewsbury. This guy's shot's going to come, and as it does, the Irish will become more dynamic.
Not sure how that one didn't go in, but Shrewsbury comes up with a loose ball rebound.
4 for 24 out of the gates to start the season. He's becoming more confident, is Braden Shrewsbury. Look, he wants it.
Gets it right back, not bashful. Now 1 for 3, rebound Cleveland.
Those are shots you want from one of your sharpshooters.
Cleveland spots up. Miami doesn't want to think about the shot clock. Before Braden Shrewsbury was in the game, Notre Dame was consistently taking it under 10.
And they'll get back to that. I mean, this is a group that is deliberate in what they do in the half-court setting, the Irish. Run a lot of sets, challenge the patience and the discipline of the opposition defensively.
Tough shot. Booth with a hand in his face.
Irish get clean looks from three. It's been a theme all season. Just can't seem to convert them consistently. But the offense is proven. Coach Shrewsbury's drawing up the stuff to give him the looks. Got to puncture.
Two teams have gone cold. Miami turns it over. They're drought nearly 4 minutes now. Irish just won for their last 8 at the offensive end. Shrewsbury through the boot screen. Konieczny to Imes. Roper to the basket. Contested well by Joseph.
Can you remove the lids, Evan, on both sides? Good looks, nothing going.
You're the 6'8" guy. That's your job, too. Another turnover from the Hurricanes. Larinaga doesn't let his emotions get the better of him, but you can see them stewing on the Hurricane bench a little bit. Some uncharacteristic mistakes.
And I'll tell you what, I sense this coming in. Noon games for 18 and 22-year-olds. You never know what you're going to get.
Well, teams were hot early. They have gone cold. Only 5 minutes since Miami's last points. And great defense. Konieczny swats George from behind. Sean George, talented freshman from Switzerland. And there's the first bucket in a while, courtesy of Christian Watson, who's coming off his best scoring game of his Miami career on Tuesday at Kentucky.
You tell the confident offering there. Shrewsbury in good position. Elite job of Watson to create some separation to offer up the jump shot from the mid-range.
George staring down Imes defensively.
Ball's got to move for the Irish to have a chance. Not a lot of guys who can break it down off the bounce.
Booth sets up Shrewsbury. Pretty good look, and he puts it in.
Shrewsbury injecting some life offensively for this group. Hunting his coming in, understanding he's a hired gun for distance. He's taking his shots.
6 points in 6 minutes. 2 threes off the bench for Braden. George cross court. Joseph from the corner. And a foul in pursuit of the long rebound. It's going against Logan Imes, and it's staying with Miami. We get our 7th episode of Penn and Teller Fool Us, starring Penn Jillette, Teller, and new host Brooke Burke. Fridays, 8/7 Central, only on the CW.
I think we should do the Penn and Teller move and start dressing head to toe like each other. Same size differential.
Sounds like you're just trying to get me to shut up.
I mean, I do talk a lot.
Teller doesn't speak.
Yes. You don't have to pay off the joke. Everyone knows
those guys are awesome.
Awesome. Legends. Staying power and entertainment difficult.
Speaking of legends, 730 wins, 820-win seasons here in Miami, back-to-back Elite Eights, the Final Four banner hanging prominently here at the Watsco Center. And a top 10 ranking for this Miami team. They've actually set a school record for consecutive weeks in the AP Top 25. This was an 18th straight week.
Oh, Omier had the advantage. Jai fell and he didn't offer that thing up to the rim.
Better look, Keyshawn George knocks it down.
Keyshawn George, a true diamond in the rough recruit from a staff that works their tail off in Miami, a top 200 guy. He's got pro-level skills, an incredibly high ceiling, cerebral with his approach, and can score from all 3 levels. Coach called him a young calf who's still figuring out his body, but is incredibly talented.
He's grown a few inches since he got to campus, they say. Shot clock winding down. Burton tries to create, sets up Shrewsbury. Rebound finds Wooga. Off for a couple buckets early. Only 2 field goal attempts, though. Pack looking for some offense, and he finds him from the corner.
All starts by George pushing it with the burst. Marcus Burton disinterested in getting in a stance. And so the blow-by from George creates the breakdown in the defense, collapses in the painted area, kick out to Pack from baseline, who dials it in for the three-piece number.
Largest lead so far for Miami. Under 6 minutes to play here in the first half. Burton to the corner. Keba Chai way off from the wing. Here comes Pack. In his career game against his old school, and he sets up a slashing Norchad Omier for the loud two-hand finish.
Such a connected Miami group offensively. They can make you pay and make you pay quickly. They score in bunches. Everybody talented, playing well off each other. How about the cutting ability from Omier to get it going? Now check it out here. George Burton not down in the stance to guard. So then he draws 3 defenders. Now it's too late for Shrewsbury to have any chance to get out there. And Nijel Pack, deadly from distance, makes them pay. If you get this Miami team an opportunity, give them, however, an ability to run out for early offense, you can't keep up.
8-0 run in the last 84 seconds. This was the 4th assist of the game so far for Pack.
Yeah, the cutting Norchad Omier. Ball gets driven baseline, and he plays off it seamlessly. Pack delivers it, and the finishing ability from Omier. Pretty impressive stuff. All 5 starters average double figures, so there's nobody who doesn't know what they're doing with the ball.
We don't talk enough about the good hair on this team. I mean, they got some lettuce up there that's pretty sharp.
I appreciate good hair. It's been a reawakening of sorts for me. I used to have the baldy growing the hair, find a lot of power in it. So I get why this Miami team is dangerous. I was clamoring for a one-shot there. We didn't have it. We got to get to the game now.
It's okay, yeah. Maybe later.
No, here's not in a good spot.
Notre Dame had an early 5-point lead. Now trailing by 7. Jai lost his balance, lost possession.
Jai too focused on the contact that was never coming. He needs to worry about just offering it up to the rim. Defense just kind of let him hurt himself. Paralysis by analysis.
Poplar trying to create, ends up turning it over, and then he nearly steals it back, and it will be Miami ball.
These are the unforced errors that will drive Coach Shrewsbury crazy. Imes gathers the ball, possess it, get it to your guy and go. Don't try and be a hero. Turn over in the backcourt. Those were devastating. As a goalie, Coach Shrewsbury not happy with that sequence. Understandably so.
Under 5 minutes now in this first half. ACC opener. Ted Valentine wants everybody to calm down. Heard him say, "That's on you, Zero."
He also said, Teddy V, Mr. Valentine, one of the best officials in the game, longevity proves it. He said no wrestling in the post. He's trying to police that early on with Booth trying to defend a much more muscular, older Omier who has the advantage on that low block.
You don't often see a coach fist pump the lead official who just caught a foul on his team. That's just what happened with Michael Shrewsbury and Ted Valentine. I see you, Teddy. Good call. Keep it clean. Neither of these teams love their depth, so both of them want to play with their top units as much as possible. Konieczny, trapped in the corner, needs help, throws it away.
Ball stuck for too long, put him in a bad spot.
A.J. Casey, all the way. Business decision made there by Burton defensively.
Again, understanding the margin for error so slim for the Irish. You cannot turn the ball over, let alone pick sixes. Dribble that thing into a bad spot. Konieczny put that upon himself.
10-0 run for Miami. Who will answer for Notre Dame offensively? Kerry Booth tries, can't do it. Poplar the rebound, here come the Canes. Poplar to the basket.
Like a gazelle, so long, so smooth. We celebrated the mid-range early on, but make no mistake, 3-level score, comfortable putting it on the deck and finishing amongst the trees in traffic because of that length and athleticism.
Booth inside this time, hangs in the air through the contact and has a chance for the three-point play. Man, did Notre Dame need that.
big time move from Booth, and they needed it, but here Konieczny dribbles into no man's land, and on the other end, an easy 2 for a run out for the Canes at A.J. Casey, but Kerry Booth.
Creating financial security for more than 150 years, this duo has been dynamic, just as we expected.
Yeah, Evan, we talked about a pregame, paying it off seamlessly here. Cleveland with the gift, and he turns it into 2 the other way, and Wooga Poplar has not missed on the court yet. However, Braden Shrewsbury injecting some life into this Irish offense, hunting his three-point shot. He's knocked down a pair of timely triples.
What was your first reaction when you learned that Matthew Cleveland is going to transfer to Miami?
That the rich are getting richer. So much talent already returning for Miami, but I'll also couch that by saying they lost 2 huge pieces. Jordan Miller, as fun to watch as anybody in college basketball because he checked so many boxes. Then Isaiah Wong was so gifted with the ball. You needed some more productivity. Insert a guy from Florida who, by the way, in a game I did last year, a 24-point comeback for Florida State. Matthew Cleveland hits a big-time shot in a game winner. Now here he is again.
Poplar with a miss, his first miss of the game, made his first 3. There's a balance between Michael Shrewsbury letting his team play freely and keeping them in control and running their stuff. Marcus Burton would love to get going. Kerry Booth sets up Burton again off the offensive board.
I mean, Burton is getting good looks from 3 all season long. He's a 40% three-point shooter in high school. Like, it's gonna come consistently, just hasn't yet.
Yet today either. Davis too strong. Omier pulls it down. Second board for Norchad. Deep 3. Poplar can't connect. It was halfway down though.
When you take shots like that, I always look over to the coach. No reaction from Coach L means in the confines of what they do, as talented as Poplar is, it's an okay shot.
Got the green light. Konieczny way off. He made 2 early.
Oxygen.
Lost the range. Hurricanes by 9. Pack kicks it. Omier puts his head down and kicks it back up for Casey. Omier versus Booth. Give me that.
Too easy. Before the catch, carved out that real estate, loitering on the low block. Norchad Omier, an easy deuce.
He's a really fun guy to watch play basketball. His size, his strength, his ebullient personality. No good for Burton again. Offensive board will keep it with Notre Dame. Coming up on the Subaru halftime report, you will hear from the longtime Syracuse leader, Jim Boeheim. He'll chat with Tom Wormy about the state of ACC basketball and how he's faring post 47 years on the sidelines leading his alma mater.
I was back during the Big East days, but I still have nightmares from his national championship 2003 team with G-Mac, Mello, and those guys. We had some battles. They won the majority of them. Underrated, though, is Coach Boeheim's sense of humor, and I look forward to him joining the media. Never thought it would happen in this world, but here we are.
I mean, he's got a meticulous basketball mind. Half a century on the sidelines, the memories, the knowledge, the stories. It's going to be interesting.
If you don't get smarter listening to him talk about the game, you have no hope of learning basketball.
There was a time when Jim Larinaga took his Bowling Green team to play Jim Boeheim's Syracuse team. Larinaga's suit was left on the bus. He had his assistant call one of the Syracuse staffers to get one of Jim Boeheim's clothes because they're about the same size. He needed to get something to wear on the sidelines during the days that they wore suits. Burton's first bucket, much needed for Notre Dame.
This game in a lot of ways mirrors Burton's first half start in South Carolina. Couldn't really get going from the field, and the Irish sorely need his productivity offense.
Shrewsbury wants an offensive foul, and he's going to get it. Number 2. No, it's not number 1 on Bensley, excuse me.
That's playing chess. Marcus Burton, only a freshman, but really thinking it. High IQ guy, understanding Joseph a little bit more burly at the position, was going to bang around, lowers the boom, and fantastic defensive anticipation, offering his body up to the basketball guys.
Shot clock off. Michael Shrewsbury looking for one shot here to finish the half. Irish have shot just 27%. Are within 9. 7 seconds. Jai will stay with Notre Dame. 1 second to go. What baseline out of bounds have they been practicing to run with a second left?
I mean, you have an opportunity for a catch and shoot. It has to be a quick trigger, but you also have something at the rim, maybe a screen, the screener here. But I imagine they try and get Shrewsbury to look for 3. Right,
Burton throws it high. Davis lays it in at the buzzer. What a finish for the Irish.
Credit Coach Micah Shrewsbury for 2 points.
20 minutes back on the clock. Second half is underway. Notre Dame trailing 33-26 on the road here at the Watsco Center. Miami trying to bounce back after a stumble in Lexington, Kentucky on Tuesday. Jordan, you had a chance to catch up with one of the Irish assistants. What was the message?
Keep fighting, keep competing like you are. Defensively, don't change the thing. Keep fighting on the backboard. Offensively, a couple of tweaks in terms of moving the basketball. Shots will start to fall, but they feel pretty good about the spot they're currently in at the break.
And a loose ball foul on Poplar. Going to wave off the made 3 right after the whistle. Number 2 on Wooga. Shot clock back to 20 for Notre Dame.
Irish will inevitably look to get more touches down low to Kabajai. When things get sped up, everybody in the game understands you slow it down by playing through the post. Jai, as he starts to gain his rhythm, get his conditioning back, coming off that wrist injury, hoping to see some of those shots fall if you're an Irish fan, no question.
Eventually Joseph just cancels Marcus Burton's pass, intended for the post. Notre Dame has a winning record all time here in Miami. They've won their last 2 trips down to South Florida. Last win, 4-point win, exactly 22 months ago on 2/2/22. February 2nd, 2022. Exactly 22 months ago.
Some would call it lucky if you're on the Notre Dame side. You know, in Miami side, you may say something a little different.
The clock winding down. Jai needs to fire. Omier pulls down the rebound.
The Jai for these last few games has been right point blank range. The ball just refuses to go in for the big fella. He's fighting for that position. He's battling. Just cannot seem to punctuate.
He's 0 for 7 on Tuesday at South Carolina. He's 0 for 4 tonight. Nijel Pack with the mid-range.
Very easy. A ton of space. You can't give it to such a skilled offensive performer like Pack, who's able to comfortably step into the pull-up.
5 points for Pack. Lead back up to 9.
Irish blitzing the handler in Burton, which means there's advantage if you swing it. They do. Good recovery from the Canes defensively.
Again, the clock winding down. Davis with 3, gets to the cut and scores.
Davis on the catch knew exactly what he wanted to do. Rip through, burst to the rim and finish. Gathered, played off 2. Impressive move, but thinking it before the catch gave him the advantage.
Tae Davis in double figures for just the 3rd time this season. 2nd straight game, though. He had 15 against South Carolina. Pack for Omier, up and under. Well done.
That's just beautiful 2-man basketball operating off the screen and roll in that sequence. The PNR, Pack probing dribbles, waits for the defense to commit. When it does, delivers to his big man, who gathers and finishes.
Those 2 guys arriving in Larinaga's program at the same time. Arkansas State, Kansas State, respectively. Hanging in the air and banking it in. Julian Roper the second with his first 2 of the day.
Roper allowing physicality to prevail. Didn't force it. Once the defense bounced off, collected, and then went at the rim in attack mode. The Irish not backing down from Miami, most certainly in those rugged painted area positions and plays.
Pack puts his defender in the popcorn popper and swishes the 3.
Canes apply so much pressure offensively. because they're so daggone talented with the basketball. You got to guard these guys one-on-one. They can overwhelm you. Pack starting to do that here in the second stanza.
Nijel 2 for 3 from deep. Burke explodes to the rim, past Omier and lays it in.
Little Euro, little flavor, little sauce on that thing. Marcus Burton giving you a taste of the talent.
Norchad was ready to swat it, but couldn't get there in time. Pack, seen him get hot. When he does, look out. His pass deflected by Davis, stolen by Konieczny. Taking it himself, got Omier in the air, passed up the layup. Can Roper hit the three? No. But Davis keeps it alive. And Omier, how is that not a whistle?
Ton of contact down low when Davis gathers. A ton. Now what I do believe is AJ Desai thought he traveled before he laid it in where there was contact. I think the checks and balances checked out in AJ's mind. That's only my guess because it did look like Davis traveled before he was fouled.
He fell on top of it too. Bensley Joseph comes up short. And we're going to get ourselves a timeout. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the second half, and the Irish continue to hang around. Miami 40, Notre Dame 34 here on an ACC courtside Saturday. Crossing, it's next Wednesday, December 13th, only on the CW. You can catch up before the finale by streaming all the episodes so far for free on the CW app.
It's all about the U, baby. It's all about the kiss cam, by the way, in Coral Gables. That thing was absolutely electric.
You were tuned
in the timeout because you think they're going to kiss, then they don't kiss, and I feel like I could read chemistry. I thought they were all couples I was looking at. A lot of denials there, and I like a good defense, so I'm all here for it.
Miami by 6.
Too much there for you?
No, I enjoyed it.
Digest.
I enjoyed it. I was locked in on the Sullivan's Crossing promo because the season finale is coming up.
Hopefully it's as entertaining as the kiss cam here at Coral Gables. If so, enjoy, America.
The phenomenon 2023.
Hey, hat tip to the crew here, the job they do. A lot of work goes into these ideas.
Konieczny has talked about how the atmosphere in this building has changed through the years, through the success that this program has had. You know, the ACC has won 21 games in the NCAA tournament over the past 2 years as a conference. A third of those NCAA tournament wins from Jimmy L's Hurricanes.
Yeah, the Canes went a long way in changing the narrative of what this conference was with their postseason run last season, taking them all the way to the Final Four. He's done just remarkable things here in his 13 seasons.
Aaron pass stolen by Cleveland. Outlet for Wooga. Look out!
Wooga Poplar straight, no chaser. Coach L calls him the most athletic guy he's ever coached. Think about that illustrious career. Then think about the extra step on that man's ladder in the open floor. Oh, baby.
Defying gravity, different than anybody else.
I've forgotten about the kiss cam.
Davis the miss, Poplar the board. Canes by 8, looking to extend the lead.
They say the dunk is only worth 2 points. That's blasphemous. It creates a juice and an energy for your team that is infectious. It gets them going, especially this Miami team. Bookmark that play and see what it projects to for these guys moving forward.
Deflected out of bounds. Here's your second look. Wooga elevating off the turnover.
There's turnovers and there's pick sixes. They can be devastating. Wooga Poplar, I'll take that thing all the way to the bank, and I'll deposit 2.
And back to live action. Nijel Pack for 3. Canes by 11.
I tell you, those dunks at that level, in that execution, gets the people going.
Miami shooting 58% from 3. 2 for 2 since halftime. Burton in the air, won't get the shot to fall. Cleveland the other way. The FSU transfer creates contact and will earn a pair for Miami.
Evan Lepler, what is he doing up here? What is he doing? He's an alien. Defying gravity indeed. Something about the air maybe out here in South Florida, but it's done wonders for the Philly guy in Poplar, up and away.
Are you saying that if you played your college ball down here, you would have flown like that?
I go back and I revise history all the time. So yeah, that checks out. That tracks.
Keyshawn George, another young athletic dude, Switzerland. Just enjoying life down here in Coral Gables. Check the weather in Monte, Switzerland last night. It was mid-30s and snowing. A little bit different here.
I might be flying back to that in Connecticut. I'll have to go all the way to Switzerland to find that. Yeah, so you live in the Carolinas. You only have to worry about that ever so often. But let's not even think about that. You're in South Florida.
It's been cold this past week, but compared to South Bend, it's been bombing. Burt, Mishawaka, his hometown, Indiana kid. Jai lost the handle on the way up, but the whistle will get him a couple free throws. The foul is on Norchad Omier. But it's just the first for Norchad today. Tuesday coming up on Inside the NFL. Guys, we'll take a look back at the battle for NFC supremacy. What a game this is going to be. The 49ers and the Eagles this weekend. Plus, can the Broncos stay hot against the Texans? Sneaky good game between Denver and Houston. Inside the NFL, they'll recap it all Tuesday, 8/7 Central on the CW.
Playing through Kevin Jai down low, it's needed for the Irish, especially when the game has those moments and sequences where they feel a little turbulent. Being able to get a touch to your guy and have him go earn a few at the free throw line and also peg a foul on Norchad Omier, those things matter for an Irish team looking to claw back from a double-figure deficit.
How do you think Micah Shrewsbury's feeling about his team right now, down 10, 13 and a half to play?
He likes that they're still within striking distance. And what he's told me about his team time and time again, he loves the fight, the resiliency of this group. They continue.
Oh, what a shot. Matthew Cleveland, acrobatic finish.
Good action, good cutting action, allowing for an easy lay-in. This group plays so well and so connected together. That's what makes them so fierce offensively.
Notre Dame needs to score. They need to answer. Konieczny doubled, finds the open man. Jai slams it home.
Jai's done a good job of being that receiver in the painted area. He's been aggressive and adamant about catching and attacking.
That's exactly what he needed, too, after a stretch where he missed, 10, 11, 12 consecutive shots. See if that opens the door for Jai to get going. Up shot.
I don't like that one from Poplar just because of how awkward the catch was. You didn't catch in good enough for him to go ahead and take the shot, swing that thing, and pursue a better one.
If he had made it, would you still say you didn't like it?
Yeah, but he didn't make it. Nobody cares what you're doing unless you're doing what you're not supposed to be doing. That makes sense.
Roper into the crowd, too strong. Good contest from the freshman George. All the way, Cleveland draws more contact. I mean, it's a different color jersey for Matthew Cleveland, but similar game for the slippery athlete from Atlanta.
6'7", he's just so long. Now here again, Pack draws a couple of defenders, and the true skill to cutting is once you catch, help side look. Shrewsbury looking at the ball, not watching his man. Don't watch me, watch TV. Easy lay-in with the offhand.
Max Cleveland in double figures for the 6th time in 7 games.
These scoring lulls have plagued the Irish in their losses. And when you're going against a team that is unrelenting in their ability to light up a scoreboard like Miami, if you start chasing points on the scoreboard with them, you'll find yourself left in the dust, and quickly.
1 and 2 at the line for Cleveland. Again, we ask the question, who will answer for Notre Dame? Davis has been the hot hand most of the day. Shrewsbury for 3. Not this time. Rebound Watson. Pack 6 assists so far today, most since the season opener when he had 9. Omier draws defenders, kicks it. Watson comes up way off. Shrewsbury leads the break all the way. Good quick hand, slapped it away. Pack with the defense. And we'll get ourselves of the ACC. And look, October when the media votes. No one knows about Marcus Burton or Tae Davis or what Braden Shrewsbury is going to be in college.
How about this? 98% of the scoring for the Irish, gone. 97% of the assists, gone.
98.3% of the scoring that was gone, but you were just rounding it up.
90% of the rebounding gone, 100% of the starts, gone. You expect to be at the bottom, but it's the journey and growing, and they've got the right man in Coach Micah Shrewsbury. As for Miami, they return a lot of key pieces to that run from a year ago, so those two aptly placed. I will say this, watch out for Clemson. Big win on the road at Alabama.
Oh, how about Kerry Booth, a fake it and a take it and a big slam into the bucket for the freshman from Englewood, Colorado.
Gets it from his daddy, Calvin. Nobody has a higher ceiling in terms of their ability than Kerry Booth.
Bad pass by Omier. Shrewsbury going 1-on-2. Smacked out of bounds. Last touch by Joseph. And we're a long way away from a potential Denver-Boston NBA Finals. A long ways away. But it'll be interesting in the Notre Dame locker room at that time with the son of the Nuggets GM going against the former Celtics assistant who's his head coach.
Yeah, that's a lot of ability right there. He can shoot the three, so they have to respect him from distance, which enables him to head fake with his length and athleticism, the burst, and then punctuate at the rim.
Mike has talked about how, well, there's the steal, hang on. Cleveland all the way.
Telegraphed the pass. Booth telegraphed it so much, everyone in the gymnasium, including most especially Cleveland, who Rosetta stoned that thing, translates some defense into some easy offense the other way. Those pick sixes punish it.
I like that from the bilingual Jordan Cornette.
I hardly speak English, man.
Irish struggling from the outside, 0 for 4 since halftime. And Watson will get to the line.
Telegraphic and deliberate. And so Matthew Cleveland just inserts himself into the passing lane and the one-hand jelly going the other way. You can't give easy ones to the superior talent on the other side in Miami. And in Matthew Cleveland in the open floor, just another area, another vertical in which he excels.
Dynamic of the Miami bench this year. You know, last year they had some veteran experience off the bench. Anthony Walker, Harlan Beverly, you know, Bensley Joseph gave him some good minutes. They're much younger off the bench this year. They're talented though, and you've talked about Christian Watson and Keyshawn George, Michael Nwoko's a big guy. They got some size, they got some skill. The question is, can they find that polish fast enough?
Yeah, and they're just green. I mean, look, we just entered December, so the true growth will come as we've entered conference play over these winter months. By the time you get to, we always say, by the time you enter February, especially mid-February, freshmen or sophomores, what do those freshmen look like as air-quoted sophomores at that point? Will define the path and trajectory of the Canes here in 2023-24.
Into the fourth quarter of this basketball game, and the errant pass out of bounds, last touch by Notre Dame. John George passes to the wide open Cleveland. Comes up short from the wing. Marcus Burton, 2 for 7, 4 points. Does have 5 assists though. He's made plays for his teammates.
Good look.
Like that. Everything but the bucket for Jai.
That's what's been so frustrating for Jai. Coming off that injury, still getting comfortable here in his second start and third game. The bunnies have been bears for the big fella.
Inexperience on display there for George. Kind of lost his balance on looked like a wide open rim run. That was a clear dislodging of the offensive player by the post defender, Michael Nwoko.
To Jai's credit, despite the fact he has not been able to consistently finish around the rim, and that will come, he continues to fight with all get out, trying to establish that low post position to give his offense a better opportunity.
Under 9 to play.
Marcus Burton has to find a way to activate.
to hit a couple shots, and the whole team could rally around him, trying to force it inside, turning it over again.
I wonder if that's, remnants of the wrist for Jai's inability to collect.
Nice pass, and better block inside. Nwoko swatted. Burt sets up Konieczny. This one stays down, but it looked like the rims would be unkind yet again.
That early offense, the thrust in the open floor from Marcus Burton, beat the defense down the floor before it congeals and forces you to operate a half-court setting where the Irish struggle.
That's the third three for Konieczny. Tough shot. Watson puts it in.
Talk about the bench reinforcements. Young guys getting their footing. I mean, Watson, the ability to knock down shots like that makes you so much more dynamic as a unit.
Konieczny off the bounce. Back outside, Burt. Oh, exploding to the rim.
It's hard to do against Bensley Joseph, one of the best defenders in the conference. Burton finally starting to force the issue a little bit. I think he's going to need to do that if the Irish have a chance here in the final 7 and a hook.
Here's the talent that we talked about in the open. Can he find that momentum?
Marcus Burton, aggressive in nature for those who know. Marcus with the lay-in.
Yellow Jackets that knocked off a ranked Mississippi State team earlier this week. CW Courtside Saturday continues with Duke and Georgia Tech next. These are the preseason award winners. Filipowski, the preseason player of the year. Talented point guard Elliot Cadeau made his first career start and shined against the Volunteers on Wednesday night inside the Dean Dome. If you could do the vote again, your mind shift at all in terms of those preseason recognitions?
No, I mean, look, I never liked preseason anything because I've always believed you got to go out there and earn it. It's all cute and it's all sweet now. Show me. Let's see the results. I'm an actions guy.
What do you think about what Miami's done so far today?
I think Miami's done a really good job of being disciplined defensively against an Irish team that makes you work in a half-court setting.
Great hustle from Norchad Omier on the glass.
These aren't the sexy games for Miami team because Notre Dame and part of their game plan is take away the fast pace, the free flowing. So possessions are amplified. You got to max out on each possession and you really got to get in and guard. And Miami's done a good job of remaining locked in.
Konieczny on the glass. Can he get it off? No. Lost it on the way up. Davis collects. And then Roper dribbled it off his foot, trying to create contact with Bensley Joseph. And we'll get ourselves another timeout. We got 6:43 to go. Micah Shrewsbury's first ACC game on the road against the top 10 Miami team. Back inside the Watsco Center with less than 7 minutes to go here in the second half. 8th ranked Miami trying to bounce back from the loss 95-73 on Tuesday against Kentucky. It was interesting after the game, Jordan, Jim Larrañaga said how he thought the hype of the game and the crowd and the atmosphere, his guys all wanted to play well individually. And he said as a result, you can't win individually.
Yeah, he felt like it just wasn't, they weren't in character of who Miami has consistently been, which has propelled them to such great heights. But another wise thing, and a myriad of wise things Coach L shared with us pregame is every opponent presents something different. So yes, you can learn from Kentucky and take things, but you got to put all your focus in on the next opponent. And Notre Dame is very much more deliberate. They make you work more than possessions. They're not out in the open floor like Kentucky. So we learn from Kentucky, but we regain focus for Notre Dame, which is the next one and big one because it's the next one.
Irish get a stop. Jai lost by Poplar, but the foul will send Keba to the line.
Credit Miami for what seemed like it was going to be a Jai easy catch and dunk finish, but making him earn everything, and that is important because Jai has had to work for everything since he's returned. He's had one easy dunk finish here, and outside of that in these last 2 games, that's been about it in terms of ease at the rim for the big fella. So keeping him uncomfortable is very important for Miami's defense.
Don't forget, coming up next, Kyle Filipowski, the ACC's preseason player of the year, leading the Blue Devils with just about 20 points a game, taking the show on the road. Tom Wormy and Mike Cheminsky, who begins his 30th year broadcasting basketball here today on the CW.
G-Man, legend.
1 of 2 at the line for Kebajai. Notre Dame, they're down 10. It feels like a bucket, a stop, and another bucket, and they're right there. Nijel Pack, tough to stay in front of, finds his space and puts it in. Braden Shrewsbury just checked back in off the bench. He's 2 for 7 from 3 today.
This Miami team blitzing Burton with the ball. They've done a phenomenal job of getting it out of the head of the Snake's hands, making other guys beat the Canes.
A lot of space for Konieczny, and he's got 4 threes in the game as Notre Dame's back to single digits.
The Irish become increasingly more dynamic when the ball doesn't stick. When it's moving, it gets the defense shifty into rotations, and guys who aren't capable of beating you off the bounce get pristine looks.
Too high off the glass, in fact, for Pack this time.
Nijel Pack, just a tactician with how he carves it up offensively. Had the shot going from the mid-range. The last possession forced it a little bit in that sequence.
Saw the bucket, saw the stop, but Notre Dame get one more bucket here and change the dynamic and complexion of the last 5 minutes.
It's bad post-entry. Got to work to post-enter. Exactly what Coach Shrewsbury's showing his son.
Is that more on the passer or the poster?
It's on the passer. Kebajai is doing his job on a low block. It's the angle you create as the post entrance of the basketball. Shrewsbury's got to work a little bit more to provide that angle.
Hensley Joseph shadowing Burton. Marcus tries to shake him, sets up Shrewsbury wide open. Rebound, Poplar.
It's great offense. Burton did his job, got in the painted area, created a pristine look for his three-point shooter. You got to finish it. Those are the looks that the offense provides. Got to punctuate.
Joseph fouled on the pass by Burton. Number 2 on Marcus Burton.
That's what Burton's supposed to do. Create for others, make them better around him. He generated that look. Did his job.
Duke Georgia Tech follows us. This is the first of 14 ACC men's basketball doubleheaders coming up in the next 15 Saturdays here at the CW. Joseph swatted away. Great block by Jai. Davis, an awkward drive and the layup won't go.
It's a really bad decision for Davis. Had nothing. Didn't present really a basketball move and just hammered it into the defense.
And it still almost went in. Almost doesn't count. Omier, second effort. Shrewsbury wanted to travel and a belated call, but it's the right one. And it'll be Notre Dame ball as we take our final media break. 3:54 to go in a 9-point game.
You know I love a good shot block. Kebajai, give me that.
The Florida State transfer, Matt Cleveland, looking sharp in his new home here in Miami.
A prototypical wing. He's gotten in passing lanes to create some early offense. Beautiful outlet there to his compadre. Wilka Poplar for the dunk. He's attacked a couple closeouts for pull-up jump shots. He plays at a aesthetically pleasing pace. I mean, he has a very attractive game on the floor.
He's smooth.
Very.
Pretty good defensively, too.
Sinewy. That's a word I'd use to describe Cleveland. A sinewy.
You just raised your level.
English major. Right?
That was spectacular. The highlight of the show. Losing his footing. Jai dives on top. Tie up. Arrow will keep it with the Irish. 7 on the shot clock.
They're going to give Jai the timeout on the diving on the floor.
So 9-point game. Coach Shrewsbury drawing something up. How about what Miles Kelly did against Mississippi State for Damon Stoudemire earlier this week? It's a Georgia Tech team that's had its ups and downs in the non-conference, but they're under new leadership. Damon Stoudemire is on a mission to bring this team back to prominence.
Miles Kelly, another one of those big guards. Length is king on the perimeter. We've made reference a few times to the Boston Celtics with the ties, obviously, of the Larranaga bloodlines and Coach Shrewsbury. And you know how Boston's done it, how they've remained relevant year after year. You know, as a Celtics fan, a native from up that way, length on the perimeter. That wins in the game professionally, certainly wins in the game at this level as well.
All right, let's see what Micah drew up out of the timeout. Shrewsbury to Burton with 5. He'll take it. Loose ball trapped by Burton. Fresh shot clock. This is a huge possession right here for the Fighting Irish. It will determine the tone and tenor of the last 3 minutes of this game. Burton can't deliver. Diving from a prone position. And the tie-up will give it back to Miami. That was insane hustle from the freshman Marcus Burton.
Yeah, I mean, to gather for one, to create a second chance, the first go-round and win a 50-50, then to drive it here. Good defense, excellent defense from Joseph, but from the floor to gather.
He's on his way up, and he said, no, just stay down here.
Yeah, no timeout to call there, so the 50-50 tie-up goes the possession arrow's way of the Kings.
Pack finds his space again. Fouls going on Kevin Jai on the defensive glass.
That's the challenge that Norchad Omier presents. It's trying to dislodge an immovable object, pretty much, when he's down there.
And he's
one of the best offensive rebounders in the country, and he had the advantage.
Poplar triggers the inbounds. Pack for Omier, takes it, makes it.
Very comfortable at that elbow. Jai worried about the drive, doesn't respect the jump shot, and from mid-range, Omier makes it pay.
Shrewsbury, not there.
They're right there. They're great looks. Shrewsbury's coming. He's not quite there yet with some of these really good looks.
Now 2 for 9 from beyond the arc. Freshman, Braden Shrewsbury. Miami content to bleed some clock, up 11. Pack to Bensley. Back to Nijel Pack. And Notre Dame not out of the woods yet.
But they got to speed it up, Evan. They can't play at the deliberate pace that they like to operate at. They got to be uncomfortable here and pursue quick offense, and turnovers continue to hurt them.
Cleveland might have just finished off the Irish today.
It's not just the turnovers from the Irish, it's they've created open floor, easy ones going the other way for Miami. It's been a theme throughout the game.
Largest lead of the day for the Hurricanes as Coach L and company up 13.
Fast break points, 16 Miami's way. Joseph finds Cleveland. Beautiful footwork to catch through traffic. Composure, good body control to finish at the rim seamlessly. Joseph, ever the distributor, eyes on his teammates, finds a cutter in Cleveland, and it's an easy game.
7th ranked Duke and Georgia Tech coming up from the Cayman Pavilion in Atlanta with Tom Wormy and Mike Jaminski. And as soon as we finish things here at the Watsco Center. And look, this Miami team, they know they're not that big. They know that they don't have much experience with their depth. How do you envision teams trying to exploit those two things as we get into the meat of the conference season?
Attacking Norchad Omier has been a thing that opposition have continually tried. You get him in early foul trouble like at Kentucky, and a few other guys like at Kentucky. it can take them out of sorts a little bit, and it's advantage the opposition. And that's the start. Try to run them off the three-point line. Try to turn them over for runouts if you have the ability to do that. That was the formula to success in Lexington, Kentucky for Coach Cal's Wildcats.
26 assists for Kentucky as well Tuesday night. They shared the ball beautifully. Reed Shepard, talented young freshman coming off the bench.
Just a beautiful basketball player. Plays off two, makes the right reads, high IQ, sharpshooter. When you have a mother and father who are as talented as they were and are, bleeds onto their son. That gene pool has been good to them.
No good for Poplar. He's had a quiet day, only 9 points. A loud dunk, but it would be the first time that Wooga's kept out of double figures this season. He doesn't score again. Miami doesn't need to score again. Joseph lays it off. Omier gives it away. Stolen by Roper. Ahead, Shrewsbury fires. Missed it short. Behind the play, Kevin Jai was slow to get up for Notre Dame. He's still hanging out under the other bucket. Hope he's okay.
He's moving gingerly, grabbing at his ankle. Struggling to walk on his own here. Now look, this resume-wise won't look like a win of note for Miami, but it's a conference win. Never get bored with winning is what any great teammate, player, or coach will say.
Ask Matt Painter how he feels about it right now.
And Northwestern's a tournament team, make no mistake. But with this one here, it's how they had to win the game is what's impressive from Miami. This game it was a rhythmless game. It wasn't as many possessions as Miami is comfortable with. Had to be more disciplined in the half-court setting, guarding through perpetual action, which Coach Shrewsbury offense always presents. So you had to lock in a different way and also respond after a flat second half in Lexington. And you got to give the hat tip to the Canes for that.
Norchad Omier just ripped down his 13th rebound of the day. There are some people out there who are still interested as to whether there will be another bucket. Doesn't look like there's going to be.
This is going to go the other way if that's what you care about.
Joseph throws it up, no good. People hanging on their breath at the edge of their seat right there on that shot. Roper, air ball from the corner. 8 seconds, back to Roper, too strong. And it looks like 13 is going to be the final margin. Miami back on track in their ACC home opener as Jim Larrañaga earns his 731st career victory with a 62-49.